Donald Trump said this week, talked about how his supporters might react if he is charged and faces potential jail time.
I hear my former running mate's frustration in his voice, but I'm sure the American people will respond in our movement in a way that will express, as they have every right to, under the First Amendment, to express concerns that they have about what they perceive to be unequal treatment of the law. But I'm not concerned about it beyond that.
That's pretty remarkable that you're not concerned about it, given the fact that they wanted to hang you on January 6th.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here, and there has been an effort to take those that perpetrated violence on January 6th and use a broad brush to describe everyone in their movement. GOP presidential candidate Mike Pence called January 6 rioters some of the most God-fearing people that he's ever known and stood up for the misguided people who wanted to hang him out to dry on that fateful day.
Wait a minute, I want to say to you, there's been an effort to take those that perpetrated violence on January 6 and use a broad brush to describe everyone in our movement.
No, I didn't mean to do that.
I'm just here to tell you, it's not the case. The people in this movement, the people who rallied behind our cause in 2016 and 2020 are the most God-fearing, law-abiding, patriotic people in this country.
Joining CNN's Dana Bash on State of the Union, the former vice president downplayed the maniacal mob that was chanting "Hang Mike Pence" and tried to play on the sympathies of the audience, saying that not all in his movement are brainwashed cult members, but evidence shows otherwise. Even Dana Bash was shocked at Pence's nonchalant response, citing the fact that the crowd wanted to harm him. Bash played a video of Donald Trump in which he seemingly threatens violence if he is indicted this week.
I think it's a very dangerous thing to even talk about, because we do have a tremendously passionate group of voters, much more passion than they had in 2020 and much more passion than they had in 2016. I think it would be very dangerous.
Does that kind of rhetoric worry you?
Well, it doesn't worry me because I have more confidence in the American people.
Jack Smith is about to nail Donald Trump with extra 45 charges, and MAGA morons have been scrambling for a way to explain it. Part of the approach is to downplay the actual events of the insurrection, minimizing the killing of cops, stomping on the flag, and all the things they tell black people not to do in a small town. Dana Bash called Pence out over his backing of the same people that wanted to do him harm. Pence shot back defiantly with "There's been an effort to brand everyone in his movement as violent." The truth is that Mike Pence needs their votes, so he's willing to sell his soul and reach out to the same group of jackaloons for support. He can't take their money if he talks bad about them, and that's the bottom line. Mike Pence has already shown the country that he's just a bootlicker. Given the opportunity, Pence could have stood up to Donald Trump, but he's more worried about his political career than doing the right thing. Pence will continue to sell his soul to the highest bidder. He's an absolute fake that is just out on a circuit-riding preacher tour to sell his latest books. To downplay Donald Trump's insightful and threatening rhetoric to a possible indictment is inexcusable. There is no laughing it off or minimizing the threat. No matter how oblivious Mike Pence thinks the audience is, Donald Trump was behind a coup that was carried out on this country. It was an insurrection against the very foundations of democracy. It wasn't a stroll in the park by tourists, no matter how hard Tucker Carlson tried to push that fake scenario. Mike Pence wants viewers to forget about the January 6th violence and instead accept a scenario where Donald Trump was exercising his First Amendment rights in a peaceful manner, all the while swallowing his sense of manhood instead of calling out the rioters. Which side are you on, Mike Pence? You can't serve both Donald Trump and the American people at the same time, and that's a fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.